How do you keep and maintain that competitive edge?
It's going to get tougher and tougher. Obviously, the teams are getting better and better, and they're going to start catching us. And also, I think as everyone gets more competitive and with more events, we now have pretty severe collision penalty points, and the boats are getting closer, and it's really going to be just staying out of trouble. You saw a few of the teams, their seasons were ruined with getting penalty points from collisions. If we can get through the first half of the year without too many scratches on the boat and extra penalty points, I think we'll be looking pretty good. Yeah, training's gone really well for us. It's been a great sort of pre-season block. This is really the only event where we get to do a really good block of training and get our guys trained up and spare sailors trained up. And we've had our female athlete, Tash Bryant, doing a lot of steering. She's done quite a few hours. Actually, before yesterday, she'd probably done more steering than me this week. I was really surprised with the new teams, Canada and Switzerland, in training. I thought they were really a surprise packet. Their boat handling, their boat speed was very good. And then I guess they've just got to get used to the racing and the starting. And then, as you'd expect, I think Ben Ainsley's team, the British, are strong. Jimmy's team are going to be strong. They're probably the ones we have our eyes on. But
you came close last year. What's your strategy to beat Tom and his Australia team? Have you got much faith you can stop them doing the three-peat?
To be completely honest with you, we didn't get that close. I mean, we got to the main event, but the Aussie team were a clear step ahead, you know, and I think Tom summed it up pretty well, that at a level like this, in a boat that's so unique, those hours really do add up. And, you know, as he said, that team spent a significant amount of time together. But I think we've really looked hard at the data. We've tried to learn a lot from last season. The race hours are really important, because training's one thing, but when you get out in the heat of the battle, that's when you can really learn a lot and get some growth. You know, the only race win that people remember is the one Tom won, because that's when you get paid. So, you know, for us, that's the one we'd like to win. Clearly, we go into every event, and of course, you would love to win as many of these events as you can. If you just have one or two collisions or contacts out there, that's season over. So with more boats, the team's pushing harder. I mean, the race courses are tight. You've really got to think about that.
On that point, since you mentioned it, Jimmy, I mean, last season, as you said, pretty intense crashes. A few of them did admittedly involve your US team. Umpire's going to get tougher this year, and they're going to try and avoid these situations. What's your take on that?
My take is that, yeah, you want to avoid them. You don't want to be a part of them. I can tell you firsthand, it's not a good thing, because we don't want to see the boats come together. You know, the last thing we want to see is anyone get hurt. So we have to learn these lessons, and at each event we're taking those forward. So, but for sure, you know, our strategy is to try and stay away from that sort of stuff. Chicago will be awesome. I mean, there's a few of us that have raced there in the past. I mean, it's just one of the awesome stadiums. It will be heavily attended. I mean, it's a real kind of sporting city, a lot of sports fans. So I think everyone will really enjoy that event. I love Bermuda, you know, I really do. I mean, a bunch of us spent a few years here, and man, I mean, obviously it's a beautiful place, but as everyone knows, when you get here, it's the people, you know, they're really just a real welcoming bunch, and we were all sad when we actually had to leave the island. I've actually won here, you know, I've won a Gold Cup here, so I've got that in my back pocket, but understood. I have to agree with you. When you look at the numbers, yeah, I don't know, maybe I'm in the triangle, who knows?
Season 2, what are your thoughts on the harsher penalties this time around?
I think it requires a total rethink, really, in how you approach the racing. Certainly from our perspective, we fell foul of it a couple of times last season for different reasons, but have taken the time between Sydney and this event, obviously San Francisco in the middle, to really evaluate how our sort of risk-reward approach to racing. And it's going to be a factor for sure.
How do you upset the apple cart? How do you change the narrative here?
I think the Australian team, I mean, they've proven, you know, the results do the talking. They're very, very good. But it comes down to that final race, and I expect there will be a handful of teams that can make it into that final race, and any one of the finalists can win that race. I'm sure Tom would say the same, that there's no givens in this sport, and particularly in a one-race sail-off for $1 million. I think all of us at Race and SailGp are incredibly proud of what it stands for and what the league have developed. particularly with the Impact League. And for our team to try and back that up with the Protect Our Future banner and the branding on our boat is really important to us. And also trying to find other businesses, brands that want to collaborate in that. We know sport has this amazing opportunity to lead the way and inspire people, and we want to help do our bit there.
I think it adds pressure and expectations. We need to deliver some good results, and to be honest, I think we're the ones putting the most pressure on ourselves. We want to win and we want to get good results, so that's why we're pushing quite hard, and I think we can post some good results this season.
What would you say your targets are? What would be a satisfactory season for Denmark in season 3?
You know, if we win every single event and win SailGp, then I think we've done all right. But no, we just want to put some consistently good results. We had really good results last season, and we had really bad ones. We just need to be more consistent and just, you know, play the average game. That's what gets you in the top in the end of the season. So good average games with some podium finishes. That's definitely our target this season. Yeah, we have, you know, we're sort of launching Denmark 2.0 this season. It's very important for us that we keep bringing in new young talent and new sailors in Denmark and sort of creating a wider platform for Danish sailing. So we have young talent coming in, and then we also have some experienced, we stole a grinder from Japan, so we can get a bit of their knowledge and skills with Luke Payne, and that's, yeah, just trying to add more skill and experience and talent to the squad, and then that will secure the long future in terms of keep improving as a team. Yeah, we're very happy to partner with One Ocean Foundation. It's something that really fits well with Rockwool and our team, their sort of mentality and way of looking at things. So we're going to be launching a few different initiatives and some science projects together throughout each Grand Prix this season. And yeah, it's very exciting for us to really help sort of create awareness and inspire other people to follow the sustainable route that we're setting as a Danish team.
Well, I think definitely the competition's heating up a lot in the Impact League. And yeah, we were very pleased with our performance as a team last year, and it was something we wanted to get out and to really take on and try and set the benchmark for the other teams. But, you know, in saying that, we're under no illusions it's going to be hard to win it again, but that's what we're trying to do. Yeah, it was definitely a tricky season for us in season 1. You know, we missed a little bit of the training actually here in Bermuda right at the beginning of the season, which, you know, probably, and we were launching a new boat there, had a few issues in that event, and then ended up missing the next 2 for the Olympic Games for myself and Blair. So yeah, we're looking to just, you know, keep improving. We've made obviously a whole heap of changes to little areas, but, you know, I think a lot of the people to the left of me here have really hit the nail on the head when they've, you know, been saying we just need a lot of consistency. You know, we've had some great parts, but we've also had some bad parts as well. Yeah, well, I think Tom's pretty good at sailing the boat fast and getting some pretty clean manoeuvres. So yeah, he definitely has been setting the benchmark, but that's the great thing about this league. You know, we can all just see exactly what he is doing. We all know where that benchmark is, and we all know that he's going to keep getting better. So we've got to kind of be aiming slightly past where they are now. But yeah, we feel like we're closing the gap. We're really happy with how we performed yesterday and how we were performing in San Francisco. But yeah, definitely a few of the others here have talked about those collision penalties. You know, it's something that we had a little crash in San Francisco, which cost us a whole heap of points. So it's definitely that motivation for keeping the boats apart. You know, it's gone up so much this season.
It is an increasingly long season, 11 events as we've mentioned already in just under 12 months. But if you were to look into your crystal ball and you're racing in San Francisco once again, are New Zealand in the podium race?
Oh, for sure. Yep.